Archangel Michael says, there are forces moving around you in silence, eyes studying your every step, and a woman cloaked in shadows is part of it. She's not just watching, she's waiting for the moment you drop your guard. From the building that sits across from your window, behind the curtain she rarely moves, her gaze never leaves you. Every time you felt uneasy for no reason, or your skin crawled with a sudden chill, it was her presence brushing up against your energy. She tracks your patterns, the times you step out, the guests you receive, the lights you leave on. But this isn't fascination, it's strategy. This woman isn't random. She's not a stranger who just wandered into this plot. She's been assigned, chosen, even rewarded for keeping tabs on you, but her motives aren't her own, they come from someone who knows your name all too well. Archangel Michael says she has a notebook, one she hides in the space behind the broken brick on her balcony wall. That notebook contains details about your life that no one should have access to. Type Amen to get blessing 333. She is tracking everything, your routines, your visitors, your weaknesses. She doesn't know that heaven is already 3 steps ahead of her. You may not see her, but your angels have already marked her shadow. Every word spoken in your house that you assumed was private, she's tried to echo through listening devices. She's placed a small object near your home entrance once, disguised as a harmless item. But that object wasn't for beauty, it was for recording. Someone sent her, and that someone is someone you used to trust. She made a deal behind closed doors, in a dimly lit office where your name was tossed around like a pawn on a game board. Type Amen to get blessing 447. She was told you're a problem. Not because you've done anything wrong, but because your light disturbs their shadows. The truth you carry, the favor you walk in, the energy you radiate. It irritates those who operate in deception. This woman has laughed on the phone while watching you, making cruel jokes with the person on the other line. She doesn't know that the fire she's kindling will soon consume her. For God is not blind to this setup. She is envious, but also afraid. You remind her of someone she once wished she could become. But instead of healing, she chose haunting. Type Amen to get blessing 828. She keeps a mirror pointed out from her window during the day, claiming it's for sunlight. But it's for glare surveillance. She writes notes in invisible ink, and every week she sends updates, by mail, never digitally. Archangel Michael says her access is about to be shut down completely. Heaven has sounded the alarm. The surveillance she thought she controlled is being watched by angels now. Her footsteps have been documented. The angels have walked past her door. 3 days from now, something she overhears will terrify her into silence. She will drop the pen. She will tear the notebook. But the energy of her choices has already created consequences she won't be able to undo. Type Amen to get blessing 991. The woman across your window lives 2 floors above a man you once ignored in the corridor. That man? He knows about her. He's seen her actions. But he's too frightened to speak, until now. Heaven is stirring his spirit. A whisper has reached him in a dream. Soon, he will reveal a message left on his door, a note meant for her, mistakenly stuck to his frame. The note has your name on it. And a date. And a phrase, do it before the 28th. Type Amen to get blessing 144. She was going to come closer to you. In a moment of bravery, or maybe desperation, she had planned to knock on your door. But she hesitated because your energy was too strong. The last time she walked near your entrance, she stumbled on the third step. She twisted her ankle but kept it hidden, embarrassed that she tripped over divine protection. She tried to shake off the feeling that someone was watching her, but it was not someone. It was Michael. His sword pointed at her direction as a warning not to take another step forward. Archangel Michael says your home is marked with angelic seal. It's not visible to her human eye, but it burns her spiritual intention when she gets too close. Type Amen to get blessing 225. She reported you falsely once. She fabricated a story to someone who carries authority. But her lie was detected, quietly, and archived. You were unaware that someone called you in for questioning behind closed doors but found nothing. The woman who tried to bring your name down will be brought to light without you ever needing to raise your voice. God is rearranging things. Your name is being removed from her list. But she is not being removed from heaven's. The woman had dreams recently, dreams where her hands were tied and her mouth was covered. She thought it was just anxiety. It was prophecy. Type Amen to get blessing 378. She is restless now. The more your favor grows, the more her plan crumbles. She's beginning to realize she's being watched in return. Archangel Michael says you may notice flickering lights around you. That's not electrical. That's divine movement. Angels have positioned themselves like guards at every invisible gate around you. The woman had hoped you'd make a mistake, let someone in, slip up, say something that could be recorded. But your intuition, powered by heaven, has blocked every trap she tried to set. Her mission was meant to last 2 months. She's overstayed. And now heaven is issuing judgment. Type Amen to get blessing 503. You may have dreams soon, one where you stand in a tall building, and you see a woman hiding behind glass. That's not fantasy. That's divine clarity showing you what's happening. God will use symbols. A red scarf. A silver ring. A tilted camera. These will mean something. They are not ordinary. Don't be afraid when you feel pressure in your ears or a ringing noise at unexpected times. That is an angel passing by, protecting your space. Archangel Michael says she has spoken your name with dishonor, but your name is still written with gold in heaven's book. Type Amen to get blessing 614. There's a message coming your way. A package you didn't order. Be alert. It may be a decoy. Inside it, there will be a slip of paper folded 3 times. You're not supposed to open it yet. When the moment is right, you will. And what you read will change how you see 3 people in your current life. One of those 3 is connected to her. Either a sibling or a past partner. They made a promise long ago to keep an eye on you, and she became the eyes. But those eyes are about to go blind spiritually. Heaven is snatching away her access. Type Amen to get blessing 771. This woman once knew your face from a different season. A past timeline. She used to pass by unnoticed, like a shadow behind your blessings. She began with curiosity. It turned to obsession. And now it has become an assignment, one she is about to fail. God does not permit His chosen ones to be preyed upon in silence. Justice is coming, not loudly, but surely. When her feet grow cold one morning and her window refuses to open, she will realize the message has arrived. Type Amen to get blessing 889. Archangel Michael says 3 angels will visit your home in spirit. You won't see them, but your pets or the plants will react first. Their energy is divine, and they are sent to shield your perimeter. The woman will soon become paranoid. She will move her furniture, close her blinds tighter, and disconnect her cameras. But it's not her who should be afraid, it's the energy she brought with her. There is a countdown underway in the spiritual realm. Within 17 days, something will remove her from her position. She will leave that building not by choice, but by divine instruction. Type Amen to get blessing 932. Soon, you'll notice silence in the air where there was once tension. That's not a coincidence. That's peace returning to your zone. The window that once felt heavy with judgment will become clear. Because God removes, God restores, and God shields what is His. You were never meant to be observed as a target. You were meant to rise like light. And nothing shall dim that flame. Her final message will not be spoken, it will be written in her eyes the next time she dares to look your way. But she will turn away quickly. Type Amen to get blessing 1002. Her curtain will soon remain closed, not because she wants privacy, but because she's overwhelmed by fear. The silence you're beginning to feel is not peace from her, it's hesitation. She now realizes the energy around your life is more powerful than anything she has ever known. She tried to involve others. 2 women, 1 man. They attended a meeting not far from your neighborhood. Her job was simple: watch you, report you, manipulate your reputation. But now, none of them want to continue. One of those women backed away the moment she began losing things in her own life. A sudden illness, a lost job, and dreams haunted by fire, all signs. The man she dragged into this has already confessed to someone who is spiritually alert. A chain is breaking. Slowly, heaven is peeling back every layer of this trap. And in the end, all that will remain is your testimony and their exposure. Type Amen to get blessing 1221. She was offered money. Yes, that's the truth. Not a lot, but enough for someone desperate. She did not hesitate, because envy always opens the door for manipulation. But she forgot one thing. Your journey is anointed. Your presence is protected. Your silence isn't weakness, it's divine calculation. Archangel Michael says the days of her control are over. She thought she was keeping an eye on you, but she forgot who keeps an eye on her. A supernatural reversal is coming. Everything she tried to send your way will now follow her instead. Type Amen to get blessing 1344. This woman's phone contains recordings of your name. Deleted files that were once conversations about you. Even screenshots taken at odd hours of your social activity. But what she doesn't know is one of her own friends is about to leak everything. A betrayal is coming from within her small circle. Someone she trusted will break under pressure, and your name will be cleared without you ever lifting a finger. God is exposing them one by one. Slowly, carefully, deliberately. No one connected to this plot will be left untouched. The higher you rise, the more dust they will eat from the collapse of their plans. Type Amen to get blessing 1488. You've been feeling certain emotions lately that aren't even yours, waves of sadness, anxiety, irritation. That's not from you, it's spiritual interference trying to latch onto your frequency. This woman's energy tried to infiltrate your spirit. But the armor of heaven is too thick. Her tricks are bouncing back, and now her own energy field is crumbling. She wakes up with headaches. Her mirrors have begun cracking without explanation. Her luck is reversing. The more she watches you, the faster her peace slips away. And still, you walk in light. Covered. Chosen. Guarded. Type Amen to get blessing 1611. She wanted you to fall. To lose something valuable. To have one moment of public embarrassment. That was the mission. But instead, she's the one falling. Her relationships are breaking. Her allies are scattering. And her words are no longer respected. Even the one who hired her is having second thoughts. They expected results, but they got resistance. You've become a spiritual brick wall that cannot be broken. Archangel Michael says they underestimated how much light lives in you. That was their first and final mistake. Type Amen to get blessing 1770. This woman once stood outside your building pretending to take a phone call. She stood near your door, just for a few seconds longer than necessary. She wanted to see if your spirit would react. And it did. That night, you couldn't sleep. Your heart raced without reason. You felt something was off, and you were right. That energy entered your environment briefly, but your angels swiftly removed it. Even your ancestors rose that night. Your bloodline carries warriors. She touched the gate, but she could not enter. God has planted thunder in your footsteps. That's why her steps tremble. Type Amen to get blessing 1888. The woman has a plant near her window. It looks ordinary, but it's used for masking spiritual energy. She placed it there after she started sensing that someone, something, was watching her too. Now, that plant is dying. Every leaf droops no matter how much she waters it. It's a sign. A clear, irreversible sign that her cover is broken. The shield she thought she built has shattered. Because you are no ordinary person. You are divinely tracked, spiritually activated, and eternally protected. She cannot withstand what's coming next. Type Amen to get blessing 1955. There is going to be a knock on her door, not from the postman, not from her friend, but from karma. A divine confrontation is near. Her body will tremble, not knowing where the shaking begins or ends. She will see your face in a dream, but it will not be a peaceful dream. In it, you are clothed in white light. Your voice is thunder, your eyes are flame, and you say only one thing, I see you. She will wake up gasping. And for the first time, she will understand. You are not to be touched. You are chosen, and the heavens have spoken. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. Soon, a white bird will circle your window. Not just once, but 3 times in a single day. This is no coincidence. It is confirmation. Your energy is leveling up. The more she spies, the more you elevate. And every attempt she makes to pull you down only makes your name louder in heaven. Archangel Michael says her assignment has failed. It is written. It is sealed. It is finished. All she can do now is watch you rise, knowing she had her chance, and she wasted it on bitterness. Type Amen to get blessing 2144. The wind will blow strong one night. You'll hear creaks in places you never noticed before. But don't fear. That's heaven shifting atmospheres. She has spoken to someone in authority again. This time, she went too far. She filed a false complaint. But guess what? That complaint has already been flagged. Not by human hands, but by divine technology. Heaven interfered. Her document will be lost. Her message will never arrive. And her plan will self-destruct from the inside. Type Amen to get blessing 2261. There is someone coming to your aid, a woman in your path who walks with prophetic sight. She'll recognize the energy following you. She'll say nothing at first. But her presence will block any remaining interference. The woman across from you will sense this new presence. Her instincts will scream. And for the first time, she will feel watched by someone stronger than her. She will take down the blinds. Pack a small bag. And try to vanish. But even distance won't save her now. The record is written in heaven. The case is already judged. Type Amen to get blessing 2380. You may feel a sudden urge to cleanse your space, do it. Light, sound, prayer, or oil, however you are led. This isn't fear, it's preparation. She is on her last day of observation. Her access expires soon. What she couldn't destroy, she has now empowered without meaning to. Her camera is now her curse. Her mirror is now her trap. Her eyes are now her own torment. Because every attempt to spy on the light only burns the eyes of darkness. Type Amen to get blessing 2499. You are not paranoid. You are spiritually awake. You are not imagining things. You are divinely aware. The woman watching you thought she would find secrets. But instead, she found silence and strength. The quiet force that lives inside you has scared off many before, and now it's breaking her too. This message is your confirmation. Heaven is loud when necessary. But sometimes, the loudest thing is peace. And now peace is on its way back to you. Type Amen to get blessing 2622. The storm she sent toward your life is now circling her like a whirlpool she cannot escape. Every time she opens her window to look your way, her own reflection disturbs her. She sees herself changing, not physically, but spiritually. Something inside her is being dismantled. The people she worked with are no longer answering her calls. Messages left unread. Phone lines ringing with no reply. They know something she doesn't, her energy has become contagious, and not in a good way. She is being avoided, ignored, isolated. The one who once watched you without blinking is now shaking behind her curtains, too scared to make eye contact with herself. Because when you touch a chosen one, you don't just offend man, you activate angelic justice. Type Amen to get blessing 2755. The woman now hears footsteps that don't belong to anyone. She sees shadows passing across her hallway mirror, but no one is there. That's not paranoia, it's the echo of her own spiritual deeds reflecting back. Archangel Michael says she will now experience what it feels like to be watched, but not by you. By the same forces she tried to manipulate. And this time, it won't be for information, it will be for judgment. One of her final attempts to manipulate you was disguised as kindness. A fake apology. A forced smile. But even then, your spirit knew the truth and rejected it. You didn't need to fight. You didn't need to shout. You simply stood, and heaven stood with you. Type Amen to get blessing 2888. She keeps a drawer of documents connected to you. Photos, dates, addresses, pieces of a file she hoped to use one day. But soon, that drawer will be empty. Not because she moved them, but because someone will come and remove them. Yes, someone near her is now an undercover agent of light. Planted not by man, but by divine design. This person will expose her without even speaking your name. She will come across a letter soon, sealed, and signed, delivered by mistake. But inside, it will say one thing: what you sent has returned. That sentence will break her. Because she knows exactly what it means. Type Amen to get blessing 3003. The building where she lives is no longer safe for her spiritually. It has been surrounded by invisible warriors. The staircase she once climbed confidently will begin to feel heavy. The elevator will glitch every time she tries to descend. God is not attacking her, He is silencing her. Heaven does not use cruelty, it uses clarity. And now clarity is hitting her like thunder. You will be notified soon, either in a dream, a conversation, or a stranger's words. You'll know she is gone. Not in harm, but in distance. Removed from your world. And when that happens, you will feel it instantly. Like a breath of fresh air returning after months of stale atmosphere. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. She may try one last time to apologize, not to heal, but to disguise her fear. Don't respond. Don't entertain. Don't let guilt wrap itself in false humility. You've already forgiven her spiritually. But boundaries have been drawn. And this time, those lines were traced by angels. Archangel Michael says your season of surveillance is over. What once felt like constant eyes on your path will now feel like nothing but light above you. You'll walk freely again. Sleep deeply again. Laugh without glancing over your shoulder. Because freedom isn't just emotional, it's spiritual too. Type Amen to get blessing 3288. The woman will soon be removed from the place across your window. Her lease will not be renewed. The landlord will decide, without reason. And just like that, her chapter closes. But her lesson won't be over. She will move to another place thinking she can begin again, but her own actions will follow her. Because when you war against God's child, the war never ends in your favor. She will try to forget your name, but it will echo in her life as the person she should have never touched. You, however, will flourish in her absence. More than you can imagine. Type Amen to get blessing 3434. You are being prepared for something greater. That's why this woman's presence was allowed, not to break you, but to train you. You learn to listen with your soul. You learn to guard your energy. You learn that silence is power. She thought you were alone. But she never counted the angels around you. She never felt the hand of the Most High that kept pulling you away from her trap. And now, you are walking into a new era. One without shadow gazes. One without planted eyes across your home. One where your light can shine without interference. And she will remember you, not as a victim, but as a victor. Type Amen to get blessing 3579. Soon, a blessing is going to land in your life. The very thing she tried to block is going to reach you at full force. A letter of approval. A message of breakthrough. A surprise encounter that shifts your life. Archangel Michael says this is your divine reward for enduring spiritual surveillance with grace. You didn't attack. You didn't respond in anger. You simply rose, and that rise was seen in heaven. You've passed the test. And now the reward is on its way. And when it arrives, everyone, including her, will know, God defends His own. And no building, no watcher, no envy can stop what's written. Type Amen to get blessing 3696.